Where last we left off, our four adventurers set out on a mission in the city of Baldur's Gate. You guys met Captain Darman Zaj. You were elected or deputized as Fingers of the Flaming Fist, which is a title that demands much respect and in no way can be misconstrued into, crude potty humor jokes.
Never.
As seen on the title screen.
So Captain Zaj made you Fingers of the Flaming Fist, and he sent you on a mission to root out the cult of the Dead Three, because they have been committing killing sprees, crimes, generally terrorizing the city, and kind of making the Flaming Fist look bad while they're at it. You went to the Elf Song Tavern on orders of Captain Zaj to meet a woman named Tarina. While you were there, got into a little bit of socializing. Kevin, you had a nice conversation with Clarence, the barkeep. Gorham, you had a good conversation with Skuna, the half-ogre bouncer lady. You eventually made your way to find Tarina, played some Baldur's Bones, caught her in the act of cheating, and just as you were about to pull the rug out from under her, a few pirates from her troubled past arrived. You decided to defend Tarina in exchange for the information that she had on the Cult of the Dead Three. Successfully killed the pirate captain. Found out where the Dead Three are located. Tarina told you that there's a bathhouse in the northern portion of the lower city that the Dead Three come and go from in the night. Took that information, decided you'd like a little rest, and you bought room and board in the Elf Song Tavern, and fell asleep. And in the morning, you wake up in your rooms. Ooh, hold on! I made new tokens for you guys.
Ooh.
While we were gone, I forget who was asleep. I think Kevin and Aster were together.
Willow, how'd the Destiny grind go tonight?
Something like that.
Kevin, you wake up in the morning, you stretch the tiredness out of your bones, and you see Aster curled up at your feet. He's not in any sort of wild shape. He's just naked at a ball in your feet.
As he is wont.
I definitely want, like, the nudity was intentional for sure. Just there. I'm still asleep, right? That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Aster's chilling. Aster's dead asleep.
In the other room, Gorham, you find yourself
I've been done on the hunter. Got lots of
waking
heavy
up,
drops to the pinnacle.
rubbing the sand crumbs out of your eyes.
Rip. I'm gonna
And
do
you
my.
find these two
I'm gonna
feathery
do a little bit on my
arms just
warlock
wrapped
tonight.
around you. Just playing just the smallest of spoons as the
Dude, I'm so
morning
excited
light
for
peers
raid
in
day
through the
Saturday.
window.
It's gonna be so good.
I nuzzle in. Ilmater supports all choice.
But yeah, you eventually come to, and
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing, dude.
In your quarters in the
I can't
morning.
wait. I'm gonna get on early
How
Saturday
how
morning.
would you like to proceed? How would you like to start your day?
I want to say that Aster, at the foot of the bed, startles awake. So is Kevin just kind of sitting there? Has Kevin just woken up?
Kevin, what are you doing?
Muted, by the way.
Oh, Kevin is muted, by the way.
Yep. Knew that. I'm taking a good healthy stretch.
Okay, so yeah,
I-
when Kevin stands up to stretch, Aster goes, ah! And just jumps up, butt naked, staring right at Kevin, and says, "Oh, good morning."
It said what?
Good morning.
What was? Hi there.
Hello. Did you sleep well? I did.
Yeah. Pretty well. It was a normal fucking day for me. So, sure. Yeah.
In the middle of him saying that, kind of as soon as Aster gets the gist that Kevin slept well, he starts to walk out of the room. I say, "All right, time to wake the others," and I walk out of our room, still naked, go into the other room, without knocking, and just kind of
It's
open the door.
unlocked. Yeah, you just open the door.
Good morning.
Yes. Good morning.
Are you
As
guys
Bug
spooning
wakes
yet?
up, he
we're still
just
spooning.
Bug just crows like a rooster when he wakes up.
Oh, good.
Oh, fucking ear.
If they're spooning, Aster just goes and is, "Oh, wonderful. I'll join, I guess," and goes and lays down next to them. Spooning, obviously.
It's quickly becoming. You're quickly running out of space on this twin
Now,
sized con.
the important question is Aster spooning me or is Gorham spooning Aster?
That's a good question.
I would say Aster gets in the middle.
Well, no. Hold on.
I just kind of
That's a
burrow
little
my way
intrusive, don't
in.
you think?
Let's really paint a picture here. There we go.
Oh, perfect.
There we go.
The fantasy is real.
There we go.
The fanfic has already begun.
I ship Gorham x Aster.
There will be porn in this.
Our celeb name is just Gaster.
Ooh.
Yeah, Aster's perfectly content. This is life now.
I believe it's time.
You cut out there, what?
I believe it's time to start the day.
The day hasn't started for you yet?
I mean, we gotta get out of bed at some point, right? I elbow him.
Do we have to?
No, it's about dawn. The sun is rose probably within the last 30 minutes or so. It's probably about 7 or 8 in the morning at this point.
Dylan, question about like equipment and stuff.
Mhm.
So am I going to need to be, going and buying new arrows after every fight? Am I always just going to have enough arrows? Like I just want to know like what the situation is there.
So, rules is written after every fight, you can take some time and recover a total of half of the arrows that you expended.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pretty much leave it up to you. Do you think it's gonna be like tedious? Is that something that you would want to keep track of? Is that like?
I don't mind. I'm just the character I'm building is going to be. I mean, I just took a close quarters archery, like feat, I guess. That's not feat, but you know what I mean. So like the plan is to
Joe,
is
no,
to
this
use
is
archery as
Dungeons
much
and
as
Dragons.
possible. And
This
so
is just kind of
if
like the
if you
play
want
board.
me to, I will gladly just
kind of talking through a
start
story.
selling arrows. I just want to know how we want to handle that.
I think, and this is again just home rules, but I think just in terms of like standard arrows, you're fine. You don't have to keep track. If we get into like, silvered arrows or like poison arrows, we'll put a number on those. Like but I would say just your standard arrow, you'll be fine.
Okay. Cool. Just wanted to square that away.
Yeah. Glad to get it out of the
Just
way.
because I'm curious, Ashton, did you wind up using the Unearthed Arcana or just sticking with normal Ranger?
Oh, dude, Unearthed Arcana. It's unreal.
I'm very excited that you went with that.
It's unearthed.
I can use my ranged attacks within 5 feet. I now ignore almost all cover within 30 feet of me. I'm just like a little.
You're Hawkeye.
Yeah, basically, that's kind of what I'm going for. I'm a kind of a hawk too, so it really works.
Oh, you mean we can't? You mean we can get lost in the woods again?
Yeah, finally. Well, I mean, I think they actually even made Natural Explorer better, but that's unimportant. So cool. I just want to sort that out.
Yeah.
I think we might want to, stop maybe by like a general store and grab some health potions or whatever. But
I would like to purchase some exotic fluids.
Yeah. Does anyone who's keeping track of the gold that we have? Because I have not been doing that.
I kept track of how much gold I have. I have 11 gold and 5 silver.
We got 32 gold and 21 silver total. So that shook out to like 8 and 5.
You also mentioned we also got the what's it called? The necklaces, which we have 2 of, and those are worth approximately 20 gold pieces apiece. And we have the pearl ring, which in theory is worth above 100 GPs. So we have.
You do have a lot. You do have some jewelry.
I think we gave those to Aster to hold on to.
Oh no, I haven't been holding on to them.
Okay, well,
I was upstairs or I was behind the bar as a cat when all this was happening.
Okay, then no, because I think we searched the bodies.
Yeah, we searched the bodies.
Oh,
and
yeah.
threw your shit in your pouch.
We put it in your pouch, so you technically
I
have
do.
around 140 GPs worth of jewelry in your bag. So,
Loving it.
Love that idea.
Now, strategy-wise, I think we should hold on to those and maybe use them to
Barter.
maybe bribe and stuff when we try to get more sneaky. But that's unimportant for right now. But yeah, I think we should go to like a store or something and see if there's anything we need before we delve into these bathhouses of pleasure and pain.
Oh my.
That sounds absolutely delightful.
What's up?
What?
Oh my gosh, that was great.
I can't wait to continue doing that shit. I'm very excited.
Did you get a new interface or something?
No, I just got my shit pumped.
Oh, good.
You know, the best part about the answer is it means nothing.
Yep, I know. I just kind of agree with most of the things you say.
Good way to operate.
Austin and I's friendship is one big yes and.
Yeah, for real. All right, guys. Anyone know where a general store is around here?
I mean, I would assume
What
I
are
do.
you?
Or that Kevin does.
What are you looking to buy?
Nope.
I would personally maybe like a health potion, maybe some poison I could put on arrows if possible, but I don't really have any specific desires. It just seems wise to stock up on stuff before what is presumably going to be a pretty adventure-filled bathhouse trip.
Gotcha.
But also, I'm thinking about it. I learned ranger spells last time when I leveled up, so I can cure wounds now. And I think so can Cole. No, so can Austin.
Yep.
And so can Gorham. So
Aster has 3. Aster has Cure Wounds, Healing Word, and Goodberry. So Aster definitely has like decent heals for this low level for sure.
Yeah, I have Cure Wounds, Preserve, and various other doodly doos.
Well, in that case, I would still maybe like some poison or something I could, tip my arrows with. But if
no, that's definitely yeah. So in terms of again, make a general intelligence check for me, just to kind of establish a baseline of.
Well, it's not going to be great, but.
Which the city.
Does anyone know where I can buy poison?
Yeah, I would say you're not really familiar with this part of the lower city, which is actually a kind of neighborhood. A lot of the lower city of Baldur's Gate is broken up into different neighborhoods. The Elf Song Tavern is in kind of the borough of Eastway.
Question. Since Aster creates and sells essential oils, could I do like a sort of an intelligence check to see where I would have sold to someone who would be selling poison?
Yeah, I would say you probably know.
I may not know the area, but I may know a person.
Yeah.
We also don't need to dive too deep into this. It's going to be like a huge sidetrack.
No. I mean,
No, we're on a
lot,
quest.
This is my main mission.
There's a lot in the city to explore. But yeah, I would say, Aster, you.
I can make a check if I need to.
You would probably just already know,
Okay.
because again, you kind of establish your essential oils business on the outskirts of town. There is actually it's adjacent to a general store. It is kind of it's a local shop called Eastway Expeditions. You would know the proprietor is a tiefling woman by the name of Sklim Shivlin. You've done business with her a handful of times. Mainly just pawning off your oils, and I would say just from the brief interactions you've had with Sklim, she not so much interested in your oils for the same reason you are, but rather repurposing them. Is that right? Repurposing?
Yeah.
That sounds weird. Repurposing them into various, using them for alchemical reasons, or things of that nature. Different types of flasks and whatnot. But generally, she sells a lot of, dungeon faring equipment. Those who are looking to get into, some sort of dubious exploration and dungeon delving, that sort of thing. And it's generally, from what from your experience, it is pretty cheap comparatively to the rest of the city. And it is roughly about a block away from the Elf Song Tavern, so you're in a good part of the neighborhood for it.
Beautiful. Well, I just guide them over there, I would say. I know a person, actually. Her name is Skim. She's not too far from here, if you guys want to follow me.
Cool.
Sklim.
Yes.
I guess we do that.
We
Classic,
uncuddle.
the Adventure Zone.
Yeah. So yeah, we do that. No, but so as you're making your way out of the Elf Song Tavern, you make your way into the tap room, which is surprisingly quiet. Actually, probably not surprisingly quiet. This is a pretty rowdy place. So the time of morning, it's kind of the witching hour, so to speak, for a lot of taverns in the area. But as you make your way down, you see two of the bar hands, kind of wiping down tables and mopping the floors. You actually see Skuna and Clank kind of escorting overly drunk patrons, and escortingly is a kind way of putting it, out onto the street.
I waved to Skuna.
She gives you a buckle, man.
Who is Clank again?
Clank is an animated suit of armor.
I don't think we ever actually met Clank, but that makes sense.
Yeah. He was
His name is Clank.
I love it.
Yeah. No, I don't think you actually ever were introduced to Clank, but yes. Yeah, he's an animated suit of armor. You probably, Kevin, you would probably know of him just from, running beers back and forth.
I like that, like, when you say it like that, it makes it feel like I was running individual glasses of beer for the tavern.
Oh, sorry, I didn't whisper that.
Oh, it's okay.
But yeah, you definitely can. I would say make make an investigation check with advantage.
Cool. Fucking hell.
Oh my god.
You know where you can go for information. The local kind of, and this is all out of character. I mean,
Yeah.
this is something that Bug would probably know specifically. The local thieves organization, or the kind of the network of thievery and information that branches out through Baldur's Gate, is a organization known just simply as the Guild. Tarina is a member of the Guild, and you know where their headquarters is. It is kind of on the opposite side of the city. It would take roughly probably about a couple hours on foot to get over there. If you would want, you can totally make that, but it is kind of out of the way, so to speak.
Okay.
You're not really sure where you can locate anyone around here, but you would at the very least know where the kind of headquarters.
I'll pose the question to the group. I might know some people who might know more information about the bathhouse and the goings on there, but I'd have to take a trip to the other side of the city, and it would probably delay our investigation. Might find good information, might not. What do y'all think?
I think if it makes us more prepared going in, maybe it might be worth it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you can totally do it if you want. This is kind of, you have some relative freedom in exploring the city. So
I just think out of character, Dylan's created this cool city for us, and I don't necessarily know if we want to just, run into the first dungeon we see and ignore the environment we're in, because who knows what happens next.
You can. There is a lot of information. I will say, I'm I have briefly skimmed over a lot of the source material here, but we can, I'm definitely willing to work through. I have,
completely out of character.
I have material. Cool. Yeah.
This sounds like a super cool and fun time. Kevin does not give a shit.
What was that? Wait, out of character what, Michael?
This sounds super cool, and I'm super down to go investigate a thieves guild always. But
cool.
Kevin,
doesn't care. All right, then let's go visit Sklim and then see what we can find out later.
Sklim Shady.
Sklim Shady, yeah. So you make your way to Eastway Expeditions. Making your way into the shop, you see a tall, red-skinned tiefling woman wearing a long tailcoat, and she's got slicked back black hair.
So fucking dope.
And she's, just kind of stocking various potions on the shelves. Looking around, you see that there's a lot of this isn't your, you're not here to buy, sacks of flour and barrels, and this is, there's a bear trap, like just completely splayed out on one of the side tables. There's target dummies with various arrows stuck in them. There's different sorts of, cloves of garlic and vials of quicksilver that are, it is generally kind of, if you're looking for items to, sway things in your favor in dangerous environments, this is probably, the place to come in the lower city.
Cool.
But she eyes, she notices you all coming in and shoots a glance, notices Aster particularly. I see you've brought friends. You're the one with the oils. Is that correct?
The one, the only, thank you. I do appreciate the recognition. However, I'm not coming in to sell today. We would possibly like to see what you have to offer. And Aster leans in and he says, I'm trying to get dangerous.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a first. Usually, I see you. I expect to, my inventory overflowing with essential oils, but I'd be happy to let some of my stock go if you're looking to buy. Anything in particular? Or?
Aster leans over to Bug and kind of notions like, this is you're up.
I lean over to Aster and point at the table with the bear trap on it and say, Aster, seriously, do not go over there and sit on that table.
Aster is halfway over to that table. That's right. Okay, thank you.
My fine shopkeeper, would you happen to have any unsavory concoctions that one might put on the tip of some arrows if they needed to do a little extra damage?
You mean poison? It's okay.
Yeah.
I've
Okay, cool.
I'm familiar. You don't have to. You don't have to resort to pleasantries here. And she kind of reaches behind the counter and pulls up this dusty kind of chest. It's leather bound. She just peels it back, and you see that the inside of it has just a number of vials inside of it. She pulls out a vial of poison. This will be 100 gold. Are you still interested, or?
I think we both know that's not quite 100 gold's worth. Maybe 15, but not 100. Come on.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
God, I'm really trying to lean in too much to these traits I'm bad at.
Aster leans back and says, 100, 115.
Your friend has a point, but I'd like to keep my reputation, in fairly good standing. But 15 gold. Listen, this is some pretty lethal stuff, and I can't let it go for just 15 gold. I apologize.
Do you have any less lethal poisons? I don't know, paralyzing?
Anything to dull the senses and make one maybe less aware or less effective.
Discomfort.
Give me just a moment. I'll see what I can dig up. Please don't get into too much trouble. And you see she walks into the back room, kind of, on a mission, trying to find something, dig up something for you guys. What are you doing in the meantime?
We robbed the place, am I right, guys?
Aster is doing the thing by the bear trap where you try to touch it and get your hand out as quickly as possible.
Make a dex.
Probably just waiting there. Maybe, Dylan, do I see any heavy arrows that might be good at I don't really know, because there's +1 short swords and stuff, but is there such things like an armor piercing arrow, and how would you?
There's +1 ammunition.
Okay.
There's definitely +1 ammunition. Anything that would kind of go beyond just giving you a flat bonus would be kind of magical in nature.
Yeah.
I'm
not gonna sweat it right now.
Look around for if you wanted to take a specific look, I would say make a investigation check just to see if you can spot out some +1 arrows.
I think it's okay. I think she's asking 100 gold for poison. I don't think I can afford her nice arrows. So,
well, poison. Poison is generally pretty expensive.
Yeah,
but she does come back after a short while. Kind of waving a hand over her face, and I diluted it a bit for you. I'm not sure how potent it will be, but it'll hurt. It'll sting a little bit more than your standard, arrow or weapon, whatever you want to apply it to. I could let it go for 25 gold pieces.
Okay. Out of character, just my goal with this poison, because I think Bug is pretty handy with a bow.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's not really like the damage, just making the person I hit with it feel unpleasant enough to affect their ability to do their job, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think this is Skyrim where I can shoot somebody they won't notice, but like, it makes it harder for them to fight, it makes it harder for them to do whatever.
Yeah.
So,
You want to debuff them.
yeah, I want to debuff them, really, truly.
Yeah, so that would probably take form. I think rules is written. There's not a whole lot we can say. A diluted poison such as this. Being poisoned gives you disadvantage. So if you were to hit someone with a poisoned arrow, it would do just that. Which kind of goes into disorienting them. It does some extra damage, but in addition, hitting someone with poison just gives them at a baseline disadvantage on.
Okay, that's kind of what I was looking for, and I know, okay, cool.
This the potion that she's kind of watered down a bit, or the poison rather, would do that, but just in a very much more limited capacity. Probably wouldn't be, as potent or last as long. But
so we'd say like no extra damage, disadvantage for.
So I would probably poison as just rules is written in the book. You can add it to, you can coat a weapon with it, or up to 3 pieces of ammunition. And a creature hit with the poison weapon, they have to succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or take 1d4 poison damage and become poisoned. And poison again just inflicts disadvantage on ability, attack, skill checks, things of that nature.
Okay.
Sounds fun. Kevin will throw money at it.
Huh?
I said Kevin will throw money at it.
Yeah, how much money will you throw at it, Kevin?
Kevin doesn't need much money. 10 gold pieces.
Sure, I'll cover the other 15. You have a deal, lady shopkeep.
All right. Well, been doing business for you. I hope it is effective in whatever you're trying to accomplish. What are you trying to accomplish, if you don't mind me asking?
We're just 4
rodent extermination.
Those bathhouses.
Well, this will probably this will probably knock out a few rats if that's all you're looking to kill. But the potion vial, can. I'm just folded in the corner. Yeah. Oh, this will definitely take out a few rats. I imagine it's like that scene in The Office where Michael shows up to the liquor store counter with like 17 bottles of vodka.
Yeah.
Is this enough to get 10 people drunk?
Yeah.
Yeah, that should do it. Is this enough to kill some rats? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, good thing Bug's a fucking idiot.
I do love these rolls I'm seeing from Bug.
Anything else?
It's tragic.
Yeah, really. A 2, a 3, a 6, and an 8.
How high does Bug come up to the counter?
Yeah, please.
It's about up to his sternum, I would say.
That sounds
This is
right.
the way that you
He's
said
5'3".
please.
Cute little boy.
Cute little boy.
5 years old.
I love it.
Anything else I can get for you, gentlemen?
Not for me. You fellows need anything?
Nah, I'm doing great.
Nope, I'll be back soon, Sklim.
I saw you looking at that bear trap over there. I could let you have it for half price.
What's the price?
It'll be 2 gold and 5 silver.
Oh, fucking buy it, please.
It's mine. I got you. I buy it, definitely.
Hey, listen. anytime you want to bring your friends in, oil guy, I appreciate it. You notice that she doesn't even know your name, really.
Thank you, Aster. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Looking past me out the door.
Is there anyone else coming in?
Yeah.
But yeah, you have a hunting trap.
All right.
You pick it up. It's a good 35 pounds of just solid steel.
Wait, hold on. What is the diameter on this thing?
It's 3 feet in diameter.
Ooh,
Hey.
wow.
Totally.
Sorry. The chain attached to it is 3 feet long.
I was gonna say
probably
this
a
is
foot in
a
diameter.
fuck. This thing could catch a Tarask.
Y'all, totally unrelated to the game. I bought this pool float for winter, obviously, and little did I know it was 6 feet in diameter.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Functionally, it's a hunting trap, which you guys can just see in the compendium if you type it in.
Okay,
Sweet.
I'm very excited.
That will for sure get some use.
That's about to get used like now. in this bathhouse.
Putting it at the bottom of a hot tub.
Two people throw it into a room.
There could be footsteps even close to me, and I'm just gonna huck it.
Throw it open like a frisbee at someone.
Yeah, exactly. By the chain. So yeah, we dip.
Cool.
Do
Do y'all still want to go to the other side of town to meet the guild?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey.
Real quick, you know, to be honest, I don't super care about, I don't know, everything that you used to be up to or how you know the guild, but I figured before we really head in there, how well do they know you?
Dylan, how well do they know me?
I would say, what was your backstory? You weren't necessarily a native, right? You just kind of refresh us on your backstory a little bit.
So Bug so first of all, Aarakocras lived to like 25 max.
Mm-hmm.
So like until he was 2, he lived with a bunch of other Aarakocras. He did some shit and got exiled, and so for the past 3 years, he just sort of traveled south and ended up living in Baldur's Gate as a generic criminal. I'd like to kind of think, Aladdin adjacent, like.
Oh, okay.
So like I don't. He was never a master criminal, but like he was stealing and pulling grifts and stuff to survive. So
Right.
as much as a frequent contributor to the thieving economy in whatever part of Baldur's Gate he lived in would be known. He has no delusions of grandeur. Just that in his neighborhood he was frequently stealing stuff.
Gotcha.
Is the thought there?
So you probably do have a bit of experience with the guild. I will say, and probably just most of frequenting Baldur's Gate, just to have heard through whispers, the guild. I know, like a lot of when you say thieves guild, there's generally maybe some like moral ambiguity there. They're not nice people. Like, these aren't Robin Hood type figures. These are cut purses, loan sharks, killers, thugs, con artists, grave robbers, crooks of all color.
Yeah.
And they generally operate under the noses of the vast figures of authority in the city.
I guess my idea behind Bug was he was like a genuine criminal, just an optimistic little guy, but certainly not not a Robin Hood figure. Definitely like a actual criminal. So that was kind of my intention behind him.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you do also know the guild primarily functions in the lower city of Baldur's Gate, and every neighborhood has a kingpin of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe asking around, maybe you could locate the local kingpin of the neighborhood. Tarina isn't very particularly high ranking member of the guild, but she is still in the Elf Song Tavern, sleeping off a pretty rough night. We can just say if you want to go and talk to her again, gather some more information, we'll just say you're able to. You're there.
So do you think I can maybe like name drop Tarina and name drop maybe the kingpin of my neighborhood in hopes of getting something from this local kingpin?
I mean, potentially it could work. I will say, the kingpin of your local neighborhood, which I guess,
Give us Barrios, Dylan.
I came in from the north, so I probably would have been one of the northernmost.
Yeah, you would have been one of the northernmost. So I'll give you. Let's see here. We're getting into a lot of specifics of Baldur's Gate, but just bear with me. So the neighborhoods of the outer city. Let's see here, or not that the outer city, the lower city. Where do I want? Maybe it'll tell me on this map. Sorry, I have a big map of Baldur's Gate.
How dare you?
Oh, right. Yeah, really.
How dare you be prepared?
All right, bear with me. I don't know why I cannot find it all of a sudden. There it is. Let's see. The north. You would probably be in the borough of Heapside. Which is heap, like HEAP, like a heap of like trash. Heapside.
No, that tracks.
And you'd probably just being from that neighborhood, being of the crooked nature. That the kingpin in your borough is a individual by the name of, you don't know his real name, but he goes by the moniker of Straight Stick.
That's a great name.
And he runs a lot of his operations out of an inn known as the Blushing Mermaid.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very spicy. If you'd like to go there, you certainly can. But the Blushing Mermaid is kind of infamous up and down the Sword Coast as being kind of the best tavern in the city of Baldur's Gate for those who are looking to get their kicked, or kicking someone else's.
So my hope is to find the kingpin of the neighborhood that the bathhouse is in, and leverage my knowledge.
It actually would be it. Yeah. Go ahead. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Leverage my quote unquote relationship with Straight Stick to get some information.
Yeah. We can do that. I will say the bathhouse is in Heapside.
Oh, okay. So so we're going to my home turf regardless.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Well, then I guess.
Sorry. I mean, I knew of that, but we just only established that Bug is a native of Heapside, so
cool.
Which is all cool. But yeah.
So then, how about do y'all want to go visit my dear friend Straight Stick?
Absolutely.
Sure, as long as he doesn't try and kill us.
Maybe we take off these flaming fist badges first.
Seems like a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Aster,
No, you said this.
Aster, it doesn't go in your arm, dude.
Yeah, hey Aster, could you take it out like out?
Give me a minute. Okay.
Just put a good berry on it. You'll be fine.
I eat a good berry.
Write it down. Mark it.
Mark it. Okay, one less good berry.
You fool! You wasted it.
Oh, who just
9.
left? Someone get disconnected? Uh-oh. Oh. Hello?
Hi.
Aster
that
is
my-
down to a healthy 9 good berries.
Did you disconnect and reconnect?
Yeah.
So we heading over to Heapside? Is that what it was?
That's what it sounds like.
Well, yeah, let's do it.
Cool.
So you make your way to the adjacent neighborhood from Eastway of the borough of Heapside. Not life in these parts isn't much better than what you experience in Eastway. There's still children out in the streets turning open palms for loose coppers, and you spy a drunken man just kind of passed out in the gutter. But you eventually make your way to the Blushing Mermaid. And as you do, as you're kind of walking and on the streets, there's just the heat and commotion of the city. And just as you step outside the second story window, a small gnome comes crashing through out onto the street, lands with a thud, and doesn't appear to be moving. And everyone around, kind of in the street, stops for a moment and continues on with their daily lives.
I check on this man.
Gorm, as you approach to check on this man, you see there's a little small tiefling girl that walks up, just kind of scurries up and begins to rife through his pockets as you're getting fairly close.
I would imagine Bug, just as a resident of this area, just keeps on walking into the inn as if nothing had happened.
Yeah.
I call to the girl. Hey girl, what are you doing?
Want to split it with me? And she holds out a handful of coins.
I take her hand and I tell her to put it back.
She does so. She's
Yeah.
she's a small child. And she begins to cry with your kind of hand gripping her wrist. The coins fall down to the cobblestone street. I wasn't doing nothing. Let me go.
I just let her go.
She runs away in fear.
I check out this gnome gentleman. See how he's doing.
Make a medicine check.
Sure.
Yeah, fair enough. It looks like he's been bludgeoned over the back of the head with a pretty large blunt object, maybe like a chair or something. He's still alive, but is completely unconscious.
Okay, so he's stable. Nothing I can do here again.
Yeah, he is alive. You do feel a pulse. You feel he's breathing ever so raggedly.
I pick him up and take him with me.
All right, yeah.
As
You pick him
soon
up
as
and
he
take him.
walks away, Kevin picks up the coins that are on the street.
Kevin, you pick up 7 copper pieces and 12 silver pieces.
Hell yeah.
Aster just kind of is watching all of this, just kind of waiting for someone to take the lead. And as soon as Bug walked in, he just kind of walked right in behind Bug.
Yeah.
I was just saying, as we enter, I'm assuming Bug would know where to go and who to talk to speak to Straight Stick.
Yeah, I would think so. I would say you've been here before. Yeah, so you walk into the tap room of the Blushing Mermaid, and it is as chaotic as you remember it. There's a single woman who is very large, broad shoulders, square jaw, who's shouting orders from behind the bar and just slamming down flagons of mead in front of various clientele. As you walk in, Bug, you see up in the rafters two tiny green figures who are kind of shrouded in black leather armor, and you can kind of see they're kind of kicking their feet as they hang, dangling in the air. One of them pipes up, well, if it isn't the chicken boy.
That's me. Back again, as usual.
Bug, you know these two goblins to be Peaches and Slim.
Hey, they're goblins?
Yes, they're goblins.
I answered them in Goblin, which I do speak.
I would assume they spoke to you in Goblin as well.
Cool. So what Peaches and what?
Peaches and Slim.
Cool.
A lot of nicknames in these parts.
Yeah.
Kevin instantly assumes they're speaking like thieves can't, even though it's not a language.
So continuing to speak in Goblin, I say I need to talk to Straight Stick, and I turn to my party and say, "You guys just hang out in the bar while I go take care of business."
Hell yeah.
That sounds good to me.
I'll gladly get a drink. What is it, like 9 a.m.?
I know there's a large woman, Gorham, and you might like to talk to her.
It's probably about 9 a.m. Peaches pipes up. In his usual quarters. Better have a good reason to talk to him. He's in a pretty bad mood today.
The best reason. Thanks, fellas.
Of course. We'll keep an eye on your friends. And then they kind of jump down from the rafters and begin sizing you up.
The one with the funny smell on him, aka Aster with the oils, is an easy mark.
I like the smell of this one. And you can feel Aster, they're kind of like picking up picking up parts of your garments, like looking under for any like loose like coin purses, or just kind of checking you out with their knobby green hands.
I'm trying to shake their hands constantly. Oh, hello. Aster, hello. Aster, hello.
How they react to my little gnome buddy?
They didn't. They've just noticed as they're making their rounds. Oh, what'd you have to go and bring him in for?
Do you know him?
Yeah, that's Clyde. He's a bit of a rabble rouser.
Okay, Clyde the rabble rouser.
He and Straight Stick had a disagreement, so out he went.
Oh. So he knows Straight Stick.
Yeah, you could say that. As those words leave Peach's mouth, we cut to Bug entering the quarters of Straight Stick. Bug, you enter Straight Stick's office on the second floor of the Blushing Mermaid. You open the door, and sitting in this high back velvet chair that's clearly been like taken from like a trash heap. It looks like it may have been once, been a nice piece of furniture and a nice home of the upper city, but it's been kind of repurposed. There's springs, popping out of it, and but the man sitting in it sits in it like it's his own personal throne. And you see, kind of almost too big for the chair that he's sitting in, this large Goliath man. Tattoos all down his face, his arms, his chest, just head to toe, in like tribal Goliath tattoos and runes.
Are they tasteful tribal? Or no?
No.
Super douchey
absolutely
tribal.
not. Super douchey tribal, yeah.
Okay. Did Tarina tell us the name of the bathhouse, or would I know the name of the bathhouse?
It's unnamed. You're not really sure. It's just kind of a public bathhouse, like it's a public works type of establishment. Mm-hmm.
So if I refer to it as the bathhouse, he would know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Straight stick, my old friend. Hate to bother you as always. I wouldn't do it if it was important. Have you heard anything interesting about the bathhouse as of late?
Strokes his long chin. That's not cleanly shaved. Got a strong 5 o'clock shadow going on this chin. Leans forward. Well, if it isn't Bug. The bathhouse. Why do you have any concern?
A mate of mine came down from, back home. One of the few people who will still talk to me. And he took a stroll a few nights ago and told me he was going to go to the bathhouse. And I haven't seen him since. And I've just, with some other rumors circulating around the bathhouse, I figured who would know what's going on if not for Straight Stick. So
make a deception check. Didn't take you, Bug, as one who would have many friends.
Just the one, so it's kind of important to me, you know what I mean?
Well then. Say I help you, what's in it for me?
Well, I mean, if there's unsavory stuff happening at the bathhouse that I don't know about, I would imagine it's not connected to you, which would mean that it's maybe not so great for your business, and I would love to take care of those rats for you, if you will.
You make a good point. All right. I'll fill you in on what I know, but we propose this as a counter-offer. Anything that you find in that bathhouse of particular value, information, valuables, trinkets, goods, anything of that nature. As you said, the bathhouse is on my turf, so half of it is mine.
Of course, wouldn't have it any other way.
He extends his humongous hand to shake yours.
My tiny little hand. I shake it.
He grabs your hand and pulls you close and almost whispers in your ear. I don't want no funny business either.
He
lets you go. Yeah, and gives you a little smooch. Lets you go. Well, bathhouse is owned by one of the dukes, Baldur's Gate. A woman by the name of Thalamra Van Thamper. I'll go ahead and just spell that out for you.
Yeah, that'd be super.
Do you have a pen? Kind of as you scroll down, you would know this woman in any case. She's one of the 4 dukes of Baldur's Gate. Very powerful woman. Not much is known about her, other than she provides upkeep on a lot of the city's public works. She generally doesn't have, and just you can take this as straight stick, communicating this to you as well. But generally doesn't, own a lot of property down here in the less desirable parts of town. So, straight stick suspects that, if anything, there must be some reason. It has to be more than a bathhouse to have piqued her interest. He doesn't know much about her, but he knows that her son, one of her sons, has a particular interest. His men have seen him coming and going from the bathhouse. That's a man by the name of Mortlock Van Thamper. Lots of crazy names in the Van Thamper family. Straight stick kind of ponders to himself why they can't just pick simple, straightforward monikers as opposed to names like Thalamra and Van Thamper, and Mortlock. But in any case, he tells you that one of his contacts that frequent the bathhouse suspects there is a hidden door somewhere within the bathhouse itself that leads deeper into some, underground dungeon, or he and his men kind of, stay away. Thalamra Van Thamper is as any of the dukes are, very dangerous people.
Yeah.
So, he's kind of, established that.
Does he have any idea specifically of where that secret door might be?
He doesn't, but it's a pretty small bathhouse, all things considered. It's not, humongous.
Okay.
If you were to infiltrate it and, give it a good once over, you should be able to find something.
Okay.
Sorry for this reference if anybody else doesn't get it, but I'm picturing like the Novigrad bathhouse from The Witcher 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think golly, man. I've played so much of The Witcher 3, and I feel like I've played none of it.
Dude, it's one of those games that just like, Jesus.
It's a lot.
Hey, welcome to our Witcher 3 fan cast.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at screenshots. Yeah, it's. Oh wait, no, yeah, I have been here. Yeah, no, it is definitely. Oh wow, may have drawn inspiration. Oh, there's some naked ladies in these Witcher 3 pictures. All right.
Hell yeah.
You're on a list now, Dill.
Stream that. Awesome.
I was going to say I should pull that over right now.
Oh, it's they're digital. They're digital. They're video game characters. Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, you'd probably be right in assuming that, Mike. So, but yeah, in terms of where the hidden door is, or hidden passageway, can't say specifically. As once again, Thalamra Van Thamper is a very dangerous woman, and Straight Stick has enough on his plate, jockeying for control with the other kingpins of the boroughs, that just kind of happy to let bygones be bygones.
So they told us.
Okay.
So she told us, or this guy told us that there is a secret entrance, but you didn't tell us where.
He told
It,
me.
it isn't. It
Or, yeah,
isn't
yeah,
the
sorry.
bathhouse. Yeah, there's a secret entrance that leads to some sort of dungeon. He has it on good authority that, he can't say for certain, and he probably wouldn't trust you with this information if he wasn't taking such a large cut of your findings, or asking for a large cut of your findings, rather.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah. But he suspects that if Duke Van Thamper owns the bathhouse and the Dead Three are, utilizing it to some capacity, they're probably in league with one another. And which raises the question even further. And again, this is a completely unbiased claim, but Straight Stick even calls into question the appearance of Grand Duke Ulder Ravengard. It seems a bit suspicious to him that some of the other dukes are aligning themselves with outside organizations and forging allegiances. There's a lot of political shakeup in Baldur's Gate at this time.
One last question: Does Straight Stick know anything about the hired men on the premises who would be armed? Guards, bouncers, hours of that the bathhouse in operation as well.
So the bathhouse is, he would probably know kind of the specifics of defense. Never been inside. During the daytime, a number of common folk come and go, and he's had contacts on the inside that have vouched for. There's really next to no defense. It is kind of the Flaming Fist patrols will come through every once in a while as your deputies of the Flaming Fist. You kind of have jurisdiction to come and go where you please, as Captain Zodge stated. So in terms of daytime, really nothing. In terms of nighttime, the outside perimeter, not so much, but it has never really been on the inside after midnight. The hours of operation generally range from dawn to dusk. So after which time the gates are closed and
Got it. Okay. Cool. Bug thanks Straight Stick for his help, and again assures him that 50% of the cut is 100% his, and goes ahead and leaves Straight Stick's quarters, as it were.
Go bring me my money, Bug.
Of course, boss.
What are the rest of you doing?
Do I know this bar?
Because you know of it.
I know part of my background is fighting in bars.
Yeah, you definitely know. Yeah, you've probably, if you've never been here before, I'll kind of leave that up to you. If you've never been here before, you've definitely always wanted to go.
Solid. Is there like a designating fighting area, or is that like more under the table? Actually,
it's just kind of the bar itself.
The bar's just a rowdy bar.
Yeah, as you walk in, you see, one of the drinks that gets slammed down in front of the patrons actually gets shuffled off and elbowed off the table accidentally, and you see the owner of the spilled drink just kind of stands up and towers over the man who did it. Just begins to just choke him out with both hands.
Whoa.
Just socking him in the mouth.
I mean, then yeah.
And this is all just kind of going on among the rest of the commotion. That's just like one egregious scene that you see in this.
Oh sure.
In this
I mean,
bar.
I'm gonna pull. Kevin's gonna pull his classic. Order a beer, turn around in the bar, face backwards, watch the struggle.
Yeah, and you watch as the man whose drink was spilled continues to just choke this individual out until he's turning blue in the face, and just until he just sinks to the floor and ah! I'll teach you to spill my drink, you fuck. Kind of kicks him while he's down, and then proceeds to take the drink of the man he just knocked out and knock it back.
I pick up the fallen.
Make a strength check.
No, I do want to like check on him though. Maybe drag him off to the side.
This man you feel no pulse.
Oh damn! Can I do spare the dying?
Yeah, you can.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I was waiting for you to link it, but you're fine. I know what it does. You place your hand on this fallen man's chest. You close your eyes. You take a deep breath, and the bar begins to kind of fade away. The noise and commotion. You feel a few loose peanut shells fall on your shoulder, and a splash of beer fall on the back of your hand as you're placing it on this man's chest. But as you breathe deeper, a calm silence overcomes you, and everything else fades away. And you hear the voice of Ilmater speak to you.
Oh.
You've done well, my child. Continue on. And as soon as you hear him say that, you feel the man's heartbeat under your hand, and the sights and sounds of the bar come rushing back to you, along with this man on the floor going, oh God, and kind of sees you over him with your hand. Get off of me!
I just let him go and see what he does.
He just kind of scampers off and bumps into individuals on his way out of the bar. Hey, watch it! You see the two goblins, Peaches and Slim, up in the rafters, kind of just laughing at him as he runs out of the bar and out into the street.
How's Clyde doing?
He is still just stone cold, just out over your shoulder.
Can I get like smelling salts from the bar or something?
Smelling salts from the bar.
Are you trying to wake him up?
Yeah.
I've got just
oil.
the thing.
Yeah.
Aster kind of like pulls his satchel over and kind of fiddles through a bunch of different vials, pulls one out, sniffs it, looks kind of disgusted, pulls another one out, pops open the cork, and puts it right under his nose, kind of like wafts it up a little bit.
Make a medicine check.
That was a good cork popping noise.
Why, thank you.
You hold the essential oil out below his nose.
I would like to add, I have a +6 to medicine, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. He's breathing ever so softly, but just catches a good whiff and and you feel this gnome just coughing up on your shoulder, and then he's come to. Oh God!
Aster has just such an innocent. Aster just has the most innocent smile.
Put me down. Put me down, and kind of taps on Gorham's shoulder.
I put him down.
You place him down on the floor and kind of stumbles around for a second. Places his head against his hand. I think I'm and just pukes on the floor, all over the shoes of a nearby bar person who's at the bar, a nearby patron. That's the word I was looking for. Oh, what the fuck? Damn it, Clyde! Damn it, not again!
Fucking clown.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh God. Oh, my head. Oh. Oh. Oh, I need a drink. And turns back to the bar and just kind of saddles up.
You know what? I'm just happy to see him walking around.
I sling him a bush light.
He fucking, in a moment of just clarity, just with a deep breath, just fucking just catches it right in his hand. Just cracks it open, just starts kicking it back.
Does he shotgun it?
Yes, roll for shotgun.
Constitution.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll he's gonna roll his d20 for Constitution. He's just gonna suck it down. This time just projectile vomits all over the. At this point, the bar woman, hey, points towards Kevin. Get the fuck out of here! We don't overserve. I'm gonna lose my license. Get this fucking clown out of here. Literally, the crowd has got literally everyone in the bar, everyone at the counter, just vomit being spewed by Clyde all over the place, all behind the bar, seeping down. People are growing increasingly irate. They're gonna rip Clyde to shreds in like mere moments here. All thanks to the bush light, just fucking slaying. Clyde has a problem.
Glide, you might want to get out of here. From what I understand, we talked to Peaches and Slim earlier. It seems like the reason you almost died was because you got in trouble here.
Half of the beer's running like water.
Can you tempt him with a bush light?
Oh, absolutely. I will take it and I will throw it directly out the door. Just hopefully a perfect spiral.
Here, buddy.
Yeah, make an athletic.
Athletics? Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not good.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not a perfect spiral, but you know, it flies straight out the door onto the street, and like a dog with a bone. And Clyde and jumps off, starts fucking just stepping on tables and free drink. And is out onto a lot of people from the bar are like, let's fucking get this guy, and are fucking following him outside. What do you? At this time, Bug walks down the steps, and the rest of the party is one in the floor level of the Blushing Mermaid.
I'm gonna try and diffuse the tension. Like, hey guys, leave the drunk gnome alone.
You want to make a persuasion check, intimidation check?
Hey,
Sorry.
No, I'm not really threatening. I'm just kind of like, hey man, there's another way. You know?
Persuasion. Yeah,
he'll be dead by the end of the week anyway.
Make a persuasion check.
Better to do this than have the guard after you, right?
In light of that bad persuasion attempt, Bug just keeps on walking like he doesn't even know these guys.
Bug walks out of the tavern. You're jostled on your way out by a few patrons that are beginning to chase Clyde down the street and out of sight as he chases after this can of bush light that is just.
Tell me it's rolling like a Chef Boyardee can.
Yeah, it's rolling like a Chef Boyardee can.
Oh, Clyde.
Yeah, I'll follow Bug out. Hey man, you learn anything or?
Yeah, let's wait until everyone is out, and you don't know me right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna come out.
Oh right, yeah. Well, yeah.
All right. So we're all exiting out onto the street.
Guess so.
I assume
Alright.
so.
We do that.
You do that. You're out on the
Um,
street.
I relay to them the information about Thalarmra and owning the bathhouse. But more importantly, I relay the information that during the day, it's pretty common for Flaming Fist patrols to come by. And so I'm suggesting that maybe we stake out the bathhouse, so when the next Flaming Fist patrol comes by, we waylay them for a second, explain our mission, and then go in with them.
Solid.
Say that again.
Part of me.
So what I'm suggesting is that it's not uncommon for the Flaming Fist to patrol this bathhouse because it's virtually unguarded during the day. And so when the next patrol comes by, we join up with them, explain that we're working for General or Captain Zodge on this specific mission, and we kind of just fall in line with them and keep our eyes out while they do their normal patrol.
Yeah, I'm down.
I mean, I think Kevin over here much rather go for a bath. Just ditch the robe, go in there, dick swing, and take a bath.
Did you say that in
Ooh.
character?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you get halfway through that, and Aster is naked in public.
Ooh, Aster, cover that back up real quick.
What? Aster covers his Aster covers his Aster covers his nipples.
Okay. New
If it was any other
plan.
part of the city, literally anyone would care. But
Aster comes from a cult in the woods. He knows that he does not know that this is not cool.
Okay. New plan. Aster and Kevin, you got
What?
that. And while Gorham and I fall in with the Flaming Fist, you guys keep a lookout for the areas where the staff would prefer we don't go.
Nice. I like it. I like it a lot.
I quickly turn from Aster to a spider and back to Aster and say, I can definitely be discreet.
That was fucking terrifying.
Did you just waste?
I'm not gonna take a charge of your wild shape.
Thank you. I was really hoping not.
That was super not chill.
I was essentially just you effectively just telling you people that you had wild shape. Also, I just imagine Aster to be that kind of guy that pees with his pants fully down at a urinal.
Yes. No, not even fully down. Takes all of his clothes off to pee. Would for sure poop in a urinal.
Oh, no. What does Aster's wild shape look like? Like, is it like an Animorph style thing where you have to like curl up into a ball, like, small first, or what?
He has to rip his own flesh off.
I think it definitely looks something along the lines of like, when Aster wants to wild shape, it's extremely fast. But like in a really jarring way, not in like a cool way to where like he could just be like running and then jump and become like a lion. It would just be like just so fast. That would be like upsetting to watch. But like you hear like a lot of bones cracking every single time too. So it's just like just every single time.
I was imagining you just like unzip yourself and just fall down. You're a spider.
That's terrifying.
And then in the same way, a spider, you see it's like just a little zip and like a human-sized hand pop out.
Okay. New plan. When I'm small like a spider and I come back up, it's like I'd say that changing into something is fast, but coming back to human form is like not slow, but definitely you can watch it happen to where if I'm a spider, it's almost like, you know how like it's almost as if I'm rising up out of a grave like a mummy, where like I just slowly expand and then rise up. That's what I'm imagining in my head.
And you have
Like,
two
really
extra arms and
gross.
legs.
Like
And
the
And
cover
it-
of Animorphs.
Yeah, very,
Yeah.
very much so. It's very Animorphs on the way back.
Oh, that's tough right there.
Very
But on the way
Animorphs
in, it's just bones getting shredded to bits.
I'm imagining the sound on the way back is just.
But yeah, very.
The sound on the way back is just a.
And then all of the
Just
spider legs and
sliders.
arms go back into me.
Ooh. Oh, that's tough. Like
You hate to
retracting
hear
like a tape measure where it like kind of flops at the very end. Like, it's really tight.
And it like jars me, like it like throws me back a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, so now that we've got my wild shape down pat.
Yeah, I'm glad that we took some time to establish that.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be
Into
very
that,
important
yeah.
later.
It's good flavor text.
Yes.
Well, this plan sounds chill as hell.
Hey,
More
so
than-
thank
more
you so
than
much for
happy
the
to show
follow,
off a
whoever that
righteous
was.
spot,
I
you know.
apologize, that came at a time where I was explaining a few things. Thank you.
Cool. Gorham, are you down?
Yes. I'm sorry, distracted by the descriptive Animorph.
No, it's important stuff to pay attention to.
No, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I like the zipping, unzipping thing, but
No, I'm right there with you.
personal
There was-
opinion.
I'm right there with you. No judgment. We like what we like. It's fine.
Yeah, love who you love, man.
None at all.
All right.
I'm big into fists.
I'm a finger myself.
So gross.
Um.
So choice.
So, what are we doing?
So, I mean, I guess I'll speak for me. I'm hanging out far enough away from the bathhouse where I could intercept the flaming fist of the bath. I assume that the flaming fist patrols are, despite being what sounds like a pretty ragtag group of mercenaries, are organized enough to be noticeable when they come through.
You would assume in different times.
I can
however-
make a perception check. I don't.
No,
care.
no. I mean, if you're staking out outside of the bathhouse, yeah, make a perception check for me. Is that essentially what you're doing? Kind of staking out, looking to see
Yeah,
what the general.
And the big thing is I want to catch them before they get within like view of the bathhouse, so that
Okay.
Gorham and I can say, "Hey, we're with the Flaming Fist under Captain Zodge, and we need to go in with you. We're just gonna join your patrol."
Okay.
Is the plan?
And then Aster and Kevin are going to go into the bathhouse like normal patrons, kind of around the same time, and then just look around, but not be clearly identified as any part of the fist.
Gotcha.
Take them badges off.
They already did.
Oh, Aster's badge
Yeah.
is firmly out of his skin.
We're very thankful.
Smart.
I did eat a good berry to recover.
Gorum, can you please hold this for him? I don't know that he should have it.
I kind of hold it, kind of like looking at it a little grossed out, and
I hand it to you with the pin like opened. It's so dangerous.
it pricks my thumb, and I've got
Oh.
D&D HPV now.
D&D AIDS.
Yeah, you not only hand it to him with the pin open, you have the pin open and you just go, "Hear this!" and just thrust it.
Now
Guys.
I've been in you.
I pricked myself with a forcep at work, and I had to go to the Duke emergency room and get like $1,500 HIV medicine to make sure I didn't get HIV.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Sucks so much.
I really
Yeah.
thought that
Heavy?
you were going somewhere like in game with that, and then it got super real.
It's fine. I'm fine. It
Good.
was months ago, but
Very
like it was
good.
like,
But
Oop.
just being like,
Good.
shit.
yeah.
Oh, well, shit, I might have an STD now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
the
might
only way to
have
make sure I don't
2
is to
gonorrheas
pay
now.
so much money.
I've got
It's
super
okay.
silence.
Workers' comp paid for the pills.
Okay, good.
I guess.
I was gonna ask actually because that sounded very much so like a workers' comp situation.
Oh, it was.
Get some
Anyways.
muscle relaxers out of that.
I'm gonna guess we don't have workers' comp from the Flaming Fist, seeing as how we were.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're definitely you're honorary deputies.
We only pay for 3 good berries.
I've got 9 more.
With that said, so Gorham, Bug, you guys stake out on the street. Make some perception checks for me.
I did. Mine wasn't great.
Oh, yep.
But
Holy shit!
ooh,
Hey.
And Aster, Kevin, you guys are heading into the bathhouse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I make can Aster make like an investigation check or like would it be an investigation or perception? I'm trying to see if I'm trying to like obviously find that secret entrance that's on the inside, but like in a way that doesn't seem like I'm just poking around.
Yeah. I would say make a perception check for that.
All right.
Gotcha. So.
Ooh.
Ooh. Gotcha. So I will. I'll set the scene a little bit, and we kind of go from there. So the bathhouse itself is this one-story stucco building with stained glass windows and clay roof tiles. The outside of it is actually surrounded by this 10-foot high wall, and the gates are wide open at this point. Kevin and Aster, you guys walk through the gates that are open. You see just as Tarina described, the gates depict these smiling nymphs that are kind of dancing and frolicking in water. But you walk through this courtyard that has a nicely trimmed lawn, pretty nicely manicured shrubbery. It's decorated with some white marble benches and stone fountains, and eventually you push on into the bathhouse. Got a little picture just to show you guys what it may look like in there. And as you walk into the building, you see that the walls of this 20-foot high pillared chamber are adorned with frescoes of bathing royalty. Excuse me. The natural light that streams through the stained glass windows creates these colorful patterns on the floor, which is covered in this polished blue marble tile. Pretty nice place for where it is in the city. Set in the ground are 3 baths that contain glittering perfume-scented water. White marble benches have stacks of towels on them, and they're kind of next to the pools. Each one of the pools has these brass faucets that, pour hot, cold water, whatever you like, into the bath. But they are currently all full, and they do have, let's see, how many people are there? There's currently 3 people, 1 in each pool, just being nice and antisocial. Just one patron kind of just soaking up the pool themselves. It's pretty steamy, but otherwise, now with those perception checks, nothing appears out of the ordinary. On the western portion of the room, you do actually see 2 doors that flank, one's on one side of the room, the other's on the opposite side, that lead to other rooms, but nothing immediately, out of the ordinary in this room. Just kind of looks like business as usual in the bathhouse at this point.
So would Kevin have like alerted me to the fact that like would he have noticed that like maybe we go over to the eastern side? Or would I'm trying to figure out with a nat 20, what does he glean?
So again, with a nat 20, there's really, the three individuals that are in the bathhouse at this point in time really just seem to be, general patrons. Nothing out of the ordinary in this room. It kind of just looks like business as usual. There are two side rooms.
Got
but
you.
currently, in the room you're in, the perception check, even nat 20, there's really only so much going on.
Okay, cool.
In this particular room.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Are the side rooms also bathing rooms? Like, do they look like basically the private booths at a club, or?
They're completely blocked off. You're not really sure just from where you are. You'd probably need to.
Are they hidden by a door or a curtain?
They're closed off by doors.
Okay.
Then I say, let's just go plop in the easternmost bath and see what we can glean. If we can hear anything on the other side, or.
Yeah, of course.
Because regardless, there's people in there, and we look like we came in to bathe, so turning around to leave would just be weird.
Yeah. So you take a bath. Do you strip down to your birthday suits?
Completely nude.
Oh, 100%.
You immerse yourselves in this pool with this large and pretty hefty, big-looking fella. He's kind of got his arms fully spread out of the water, just kind of laying back, soaking in the steam, letting it kind of seep into his pores. He feels the water disturb as you guys decide to step in. Lifts his head up, opens his eyes. How you doing?
Pretty well, man. How about you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Can't complain. Getting some nice steam in my pores.
Hey, that's what it's here for.
Kicks his head back again and kind of dozes off.
What's your name?
Brings his head back up, looks at you.
My head does go directly into my hand.
A little bit as if to say, really, man? Come on.
Yep.
The name's Paulton.
Paulton. Aster, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You here for relaxation? What are you here for today?
You catch it, just he's in the middle of putting his head back down. comes back up. Relaxation. That's at least what I'm trying to do.
Oh, nice. And we're here for relaxation as well. Very bad at hiding the fact that we're totally not there for relaxation. Like kind of looking over at Kevin and winking.
My head is fully back, and I am actually just enjoying the steam bath at this moment in time.
Aster catches the hint after this whole time and finally kind of shuts up. Could I do like a perception check on this side room? And just as their heads are back, maybe like look around to see if I could maybe find an opportunity to slip away.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Hey.
Yeah, you Kevin is as he is, and Paulton has you wait for a moment, sit in the very awkward silence of this bath. Really the sound of the water dripping from the faucet into the bath is becoming deafening almost, with the amount of silence. But then you hear Paulton just. You feel like this would probably be a good time to slip away.
All right. I very quietly slip out of the water and start kind of like looking around, kind of like feeling around the walls, or kind of moving like a vase out of the way, or looking for some sort of like reasonable like exit or secret entrance to something.
Gotcha. I would say with that perception check, you are confident that there is no, secret entrances of any kind in this primary bathroom.
Okay. Is this area are we still in the main bath area? We didn't go into one of the side rooms?
No. You haven't gone in one of the side rooms. The 3 baths that are here are kind of in one main like antechamber.
Okay, got you. Sorry, I totally thought that we went to one of the side rooms.
Oh,
well,
no.
Well then, yeah, I'll slip away and go into one of the eastern side room then.
Okay, yeah, of course. You push on the door to find it ajar and make your way inside, and as you do, we're gonna cut to Bug and Gorham out on the street. Bug, Gorham, you guys are in just the heat, stench, and general unpleasantness that the lower city has to offer. After a good long while, you're looking particularly for Flaming Fist officers, patrols heading through. It's been a long while. Your companions.
My thoughts drift to Clyde.
As minutes pass by, you gauge that your companions have probably been in the bathhouse for roughly 20 or so minutes now, and still are not really seeing anything in the ways of much of a patrol. And just as you're about to lose hope and kind of give in, you see a single man in
He's never dated a girl in his life.
in a set of leathers. He's carrying a oversized halberd. He's got a leather cap sitting on his head, and on his chest is the insignia of the Flaming Fist, and he's just kind of walking down the streets, firmly clutching this pole arm, eyes kind of darting around, and making his way down the street towards the bathhouse.
I want to just observe this guy. That felt kind of sketchy. I don't know, something about that. The way his eyes were.
Bug, are you doing anything?
Well, I mean, I rolled a 12 perception, so I don't even know if I noticed him.
I would say together you guys are partaking in this general lookout. So I'd say you kind of both benefit from the
I nudge you. I'm like, hey, check this out.
Do we see any guards outside the bathhouse?
You don't see any guards outside the bathhouse.
Okay,
and go on.
I keep observing him with Gorham until he gets close enough to the bathhouse that, like, if he entered the premises, it would be noticeable that 2 more guys joined him. You know what I mean? So if there's like a gate, then like the last like column before the gate is when I would stop observing and go intercept him.
Yeah, I gotcha. So he's a couple 100 feet away from the bathhouse at this point in time, but you see, his eyes darting around. With that perception check, you see he's almost looks kind of less suspicious and more nervous. You see he's continuing walking down the street, and a rather old gentleman wheels a cart of steamed cabbages out of one of the alleyways into his immediate path, and he kind of jumps and brings down his halberd and just cleaves right into one of the cabbages.
Cabbages!
And the carter immediately just shouts out, "Hey, my cabbages! What are you doing?" And you kind of overhear just very, very far off, "I'm sorry, oh God, I'm so sorry." Pulls up his halberd and tries to take just lodge the cabbage off of it. Just fucking the carter continues to push on his cart, and fucking son of a, just muttering to himself under his breath. The man in Flaming Fist regalia just kind of brushes himself off, takes a moment to compose himself as best as he can, and continues walking towards the bathhouse. He's getting
relatively
relatively close at this point.
I kind of jog over to him as I am. I'm putting on my little insignia for the Flaming Fist. I'm like, friend, companion, coworker.
Yeah, I follow him.
Hello. Hi. How's it going? Are you
Go
Flaming
ahead.
Fist? Are you a
Yes,
finger?
Flaming Fist reporting directly underneath Captain Zodge.
Oh my
Flaming
gosh.
finger.
Oh,
Flaming finger. Right.
what? You're both? Oh my god. Man, I
Yep.
can't tell you how glad I am to see you guys.
Go ahead and explain your situation, friend. Why do you seem so stressed out right now?
Well, we're in a pretty seedy part of the city. With resources as thin as they are, they've, gone to, assigning solo patrol routes, and oh boy, I'm all we've got out here. The boys are out fighting the good fight, but I'm happy to see that Captain Zodge. Are you my patrol buddies or?
Absolutely correct. We're going to be joining you on this patrol, and
Oh my god!
keep this on the down low. But Captain Zodge asks us to pay extra attention to this bathhouse up here.
Oh, uh, of course. For what reason?
He didn't say. He said it had something to do with straight stick, maybe, but who knows?
Oh, who is that?
Oh, if you don't know who that is, it's not worth worrying about. Just we're here to help out. That's all you need to know.
Oh, well, whatever you say. I mean, I think. What the heck? There we go. Sorry, my night shift turned off on my computer, and it really hurt my eyes. And sorry. Anyway. Yeah, so he's very receptive to whatever. Yeah, sure, we got a mission. Yeah, better than what I'm doing. Yeah, lead on. We've got to investigate the bathhouse.
Cool.
Sorry. Investigate the bathhouse.
Then I guess I don't want to speak for Gorham, but I guess we
Yes.
head towards the bathhouse.
Harumph. I agree.
Yeah, you walk into the courtyard of the bathhouse.
How scared is this guy of Gorham?
Huh?
I would say I don't think he's pretty scared. I mean, it's a pretty cosmopolitan area. He's definitely seen half orcs here and there, and just the fact I think that he is in such a nervous position that anyone donning a Flaming Fist insignia, he's just gonna kind of coax himself into believing that they're on his side.
Whatever it takes to help him get through the day.
Yeah. As you are walking through the courtyard, making your way to the entrance of the bathhouse, Gorham, walking through the courtyard, it's nicely trimmed grass, fresh shrubberies. You make your way past one of these marble fountains, and it's a fountain. The fountain, it's a stone carving of a nymph woman pouring a jug of water into a circular stone basin. And as you're walking past it, you don't take immediate notice, but you hear almost like the whooshing of like bat wings.
Farina did mention the nymph carving, so.
Right, yeah, and you would take that. I mean, you would take that just as assurance that you are in the right place. But you sense some sort of general disturbance. You feel like as walking past the statue, you're almost being watched, but looking up to the statue and observing it closer, you can't really.
I like to imagine one of those the nymph has like eyes, and it's like one of those pull away things where they pull the thing out and the eyes follow you, and they push it back in.
Yeah. So I would say you're comfortable. You don't think the statue itself was watching you, but you feel like there was some sort of almost unseen presence in the area. You just have a sneaking suspicion. Not sure what or who, but
Can I look for like some kind of like lever or like pressure plate or something?
you can make a investigation check on the fountain. Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm so good at this.
No sort of lever. You do see kind of on the shoulder of the nymph. You see the marble and stone has been scratched as if something was perched there.
Okay. Hey, Bug, come here.
Okay, I go there.
Stand on these claw marks right.
Okay, I hop up there and I perch on the claw marks like a good little bird.
Is this part of the mission?
Absolutely, don't worry about it.
Maybe.
Sure, yeah, of course. Should I do it? And you just got to ignore him at that point. Bug, you perch on the statue. Nothing.
Okay. Can I make an investigation check based on just being confused as to what Gorham wants me to do?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh.
Oh.
Unhat 20 minus 1.
Yeah, Bug, you do. I mean, you looking at the scuffs on the shoulder. It looks like a pretty tiny creature was perched here, and you put two and two together. Gore mentioned that he felt as though he was being watched. It seems like there might have been some sort of creature perched on this statue that was watching you all, but it's since left at this point.
Do you think there's any chance it speaks Auran?
I'm sorry.
Or do you think it might speak Auran?
That's like the Aarakocran language.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the language of general
Of like
flighted
air
things.
Oh,
air elementals.
Gosh.
Or do I have no sense of that at all?
The creature that was here, yeah, you would have no way of knowing that.
Okay.
I would say with that investigation check, you take a look at the scuff marks, and they don't look like any sort of like. They're definitely not Aarakocran claws. They're much smaller. They look as if they belong to some sort of tiny, inhuman creature.
Okay.
That's about as far as you can get. It's not like a claw mark that any sort of like beast or bird or humanoid creature would have made.
Got it. From my understanding, Auran was like a really weird language, but
yeah.
Not very much. Okay. I guess my move is to take note of that, and I guess be on alert for small creatures, but to continue into the bathhouse and
definitely
look around.
Yeah, I will say you both get the sense that whatever was there is gone now.
Okay.
If only we had somebody who could transform into animals.
Bummer we don't.
Yeah, but I will
just
say
the two of us.
I will say, yeah, when Gorm, just to kind of clarify that point, I don't want anyone to like be confused. I will say when you initially walked into the courtyard, you are confident that you didn't see anything on that statue. And when you walked by, you heard, something take flight.
Invisible.
and found that, yeah.
Invisibirds.
Yeah, you got me. It's Invisibirds.
A D&D 5e Invisibirds. Look them up.
Yeah.
I'm still team just head on into the
Yeah. So yeah.
and
You do so.
just see what we can see.
So do they get in there around the time that Aster is opening the door?
Yeah. So actually, as soon as they enter the room, Aster, you enter.
I would like to stealthily open it. Should I roll a stealth check, by the way? I'm not trying to just like barge in.
You can.
Okay. Let's go.
You walk in and
The sound of his massive schlong against the door gives him away.
Yeah. Your schlong hits against the door and just kind of alerts anyone of your presence beforehand. You see this androgynous figure kind of rise up. I'll describe the room. It's a fairly small room, kind of a private side room. In the middle, there is a massage table that's draped in clean towels. And then underneath, which kind of piques your interest, you see that there's bottles of various oils and perfumes. Stored underneath there. But as you walk in, you see this androgynous figure rise. They have a bald head, pointed features. They look to be of elven descent. And they have these long, dangly peacock feather earrings. And this individual speaks to you. Care for a massage?
Well, first, I'd like to. What are those oils that you have there?
Well, they're massage oils. Various scents. Rose, sage, oak, amber, and moss.
Can I roll an insight check to see what this person is, like what their motive is?
Yeah, sure. They are a masseuse.
Okay, cool. I am extremely paranoid. Austin is. Aster, totally in it. Yeah, absolutely. Aster, still naked, just hops down on the table, face up.
Please, the other way.
Oh, sorry. Flips over.
That's okay. Begins lathering up his hands in oils and just starts rubbing you down. And it actually feels pretty good. Getting in all the nooks and crannies. It's all of a sudden hitting you, from the commotion of last night with the gang of pirates that you fought off. You didn't realize how kind of tired and worn out you were until this point where this androgynous figure, this elven person, is kind of just massaging your worries away out of your various muscle groups.
Aster is like just chilling.
Yeah. So what brings you to the bathhouse?
Oh well, I'm here with a friend of mine. I'm just here to relax, and it's a busy city out there. We just wanted to come here and blow off some steam.
Oh well, you've come to the right place. The Van Thampa family is very generous in the amenities that they provide here.
So you know them?
Well, yes, know of them. They employ me.
Oh, interesting. Have you ever met any of them?
Lady Thalamra once or twice. She really only comes here every so often. Her son Mortlock, quite a bit more often. They're nice folk.
Interesting. So is Mortlock, is he here now?
I haven't seen him in a while. He might be.
Oh.
Anyway, I think. Yeah. How are you feeling? Is you properly massaged?
Oh, I feel wonderful. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it.
Perfect.
Would you mind if I left you one or two of my own oils that I've made?
Yeah, yes, surely. You put them under the table there.
I put down two of just some oils that I've made that are particularly relaxing, and I am on my way. Walking back out into the main area.
Okay. You see your two companions along with a third Flaming Fist man.
I think to wave at them, and then right before I do, I kind of like do that thing where you get laser focused, but like visually, eyes open wide, staring at the ground, walking back, like trying not to look at them.
Well, that guy looks pretty suspicious. Should we frisk him?
Absolutely.
I also love that he's completely naked.
He kind of looks at both of you and like, this is my time. Excuse me, sir.
Me?
Come here, please. Yes, you.
Okay. Aster walks over a little bit more confidently, but just doing everything he can to not look at the other two.
What are you doing in the bathhouse looking all suspicious?
I'm here with my friend over there. We're just here trying to relax, blow off a little bit of steam. You know, we're pretty busy. Just here to relax, I guess.
You buying a story, guys? I don't know. What are we looking for? Can you fill me in?
He said he was pretty busy trying to relax. Sounds suspicious to me.
Oh, what a weirdo.
Listen, I'm on my lunch break, okay? I don't have much time. I just came here for a little bit. I'm just trying to relax over there and then get back to where I work.
All right, let's let him go this time, but keep an eye out for him in your future patrols.
Thank you, stranger.
I agree.
Aster,
let's let this oily man back to the past.
As Aster walks back over to Kevin, you see his butt is just so puckered.
So
nervous.
Actually, you go over to the bath that Kevin was recently in, and he's not there anymore.
Oh no.
Kevin has taken the opportunity to sneak into the opposite private room that you haven't checked. Kevin, you find this room to be similar in nature to the massage room that we'll say Austin was in. You weren't actually there, so you wouldn't know, but sports a similar massage table, same clean towels draped over. There is no one inside this room.
Ooh, then I would like to investigate it.
Make a perception check or investigation. Were you looking for anything? Yeah, just make a perception check if you're not looking for anything specifically.
Oh.
You do not find anything particularly out of the ordinary in this room.
Solid. I grab a towel from the room, so it seems like I was just looking for a towel. Then I leave.
You see Kevin walk out into the room with a towel on. At this point, more patrons have left the bathhouse to where it is just the five of you inside, as well as the androgynous masseuse.
So first of all, we don't see the androgynous masseuse, correct? Because they're in
No,
they're
he
in the
is
western,
still in. He is still
eastern
in the
room.
private room. Yep.
And then, so we don't see any other staff.
Not that you can check. Not that you can see. No,
Okay.
there's no, and you appear to be the only 5 individuals in the room.
There are only 5 people in the public bathhouse at 10 a.m.
I turn to the other Flame Fist operative. I ask him his name first of all.
Oh, well, I didn't realize you didn't ask his name up to this point.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I thought I missed it.
My name is Ymir.
Ymir. Okay. Ymir, thank you so much. Here's the plan from here on out. I don't like the look of these 2 gentlemen who are in here with us. I'm whispering to them, by the way.
Yeah, me either.
But I know that you are, you're great. You're a great lookout. You're perceptive. So I want you to just head outside of the bathhouse. Keep an eye out for us. If anything suspicious happens out there, let us know. Meanwhile, my associate Gorm and I will handle these 2 gentlemen in here and see if we can get anything. Sound good?
Oh, absolutely. And heads
Awesome.
right out the front door. Just important to note, passage of time here, it is probably getting to around, early evening. The sun is just now beginning to set, and the light that streaks through is kind of painting, colorful
Okay.
colors across the floor.
Can I do a perception check to see any spots that bug could fly up to and hide in?
Yeah, so you can I wouldn't say you need to make a perception check. The ceilings here are 20 feet high. There are, and I'll actually no, that's okay. The ceilings here are 20 feet high. There's marble columns that arch all the way up to the ceiling. You might be able to perch there. There's not necessarily any support beams that arch across the ceiling, but you may be able to fly up and kind of cling to the top of one of the pillars.
Okay,
So
I just want to take note of that. I guess I'm just going to ask Kevin and Aster what they found while they were in here.
A whole lot of nothing, to be honest.
A massage.
Yeah, this guy got all oiled up. I went into the other room hoping for the same kind of treatment, and I didn't get jack shit, so it was just an empty room, as far as I could tell. Did you guys find anything?
I got a really nice massage.
We met this guy.
We saw evidence of some creature outside keeping watch on us. We couldn't find a entrance to any sort of crypt or anything. So I guess the question is, what's more suspicious? A person being there to massage you, or a person not being there to massage you?
I suppose it depends entirely on where you are, because
Exactly.
I've been to a couple of orphanages and the
Any
masseuse
masseuse?
was very off-putting.
That's definitely my quote from tonight. I've been to a couple orphanages and the masseuse was off-putting. I couldn't find anything out of the ordinary. I looked around quite a bit. It all looks fine. What did you guys see?
One of the fountains outside seemed a little odd, but nothing really was revealed. So
yeah, maybe there's some kind of invisible bird thing flying.
As you guys kind of, as you were in the main bathroom, you see the androgynous masseuse step out of the side private room and lock the door behind him. Has a few towels slung over his shoulder and turns to head towards the main entrance, and kind of just stops and looks at all of you. The bathhouse should be closing soon here, so may I help you, gentlemen? Are you Flaming Fist? Is that right?
Good day, sir. We're investigating the disappearance of a young Aarakocra fellow like myself, and according to reports, he was last seen around these parts. Do you have any idea what have you seen him? He not like just like me, but he was a fellow bird individual. Have you seen anyone like that?
I haven't. Please, it's getting late. I must be going. And kind of brushes.
Aster
past
casts Charm Person.
Okay. What is your spell save DC?
Let me double check.
It's a charisma save, right?
It is a wisdom save.
It's a wisdom save. Okay.
Let me see. I'll post it.
If it's higher than 12, you're good.
Should be. It's 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your spellcasting modifier.
Oh, it should be higher than 8 and 12 because mine's 13 and I'm a ranger, so.
I'm trying to see. Well, I cast things with wisdom.
Your modifier is wisdom.
And so my proficiency is 2 and then my wisdom is 4, so it would definitely be higher than 12.
14.
Yeah.
He is charmed.
Okay.
Would you mind linking Charm Person?
Yeah, I clicked it, but it's not going in there.
Press the talk bubble.
The what?
So when you highlight a spell, there might be like a talk, or I guess that's more an ability.
Let me see if I can get to your sheet.
Because I'm clicking the actual like.
Oh, click the spell and then hit submit.
I don't see a.
Oh yeah. There's a box that pops up to cast at what level, and you're just casting it at the first level. Is that correct?
Yeah, because I go to like the spells area on. Yeah, my spell save DC is 14, by the way.
Yeah.
I found it finally.
Gotcha. Well, okay. Mark down a spell slot.
Yep. Gotcha.
And then he's charmed. So.
Oh, here's the box. I see it now. Sorry. Yeah. The box was popping up, not on that screen. Not on that screen. Yeah. So. Charmed. What can I do with someone that is charmed? Basically, I want them to tell me what they know, and I want to see if this person can like if they know any, because this person seems to know something that they're not telling us.
They treat you like a friend, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you should be able to just, I mean, try asking.
So you seem a little on edge. I just wanted to see if what are you not telling me?
On edge doesn't even begin to describe how I feel.
Come sit down. We'll talk about it.
Of course. You just motion down to one of the marble benches and has a seat. Listen, I tell you this in confidence. And you must assure me that my secret lies safe with you.
Of course.
Mortlock Van Thamper, the Thalamra Van Thamper's son. He has dealings with the cult of the Dead Three.
Mm.
I have no direct involvement. I swear that to you. I try to keep my nose out of things, but I've heard tell of a number of poor souls being abducted by the cult and being dragged down to the dungeon that lies below this bathhouse. It's terrible business. I don't believe Thalamra Van Thamper has any knowledge of what her son is doing, and I'm sure if she were to find out, she would be horrified. But I've been so scared that Mortlock is an imposing man, to say the least. And
so, I know that we had talked earlier, and you had said that he comes here much more frequently. Have you seen where he takes these people?
He lifts a shaky hand to the massage room that Kevin was just walked out of. He takes him into that room. I'm the whole thing is just so filthy to me. I haven't even been inside myself, but I fear what he may do to me, my family. I need this work.
He'll never know you told me. It'll never get back to you.
Of course.
So,
Listen,
how do I find him?
well, I'm sure there must be some sort of entrance in that room. I can't say for certain, but don't go looking for him, please. As a friend.
Okay.
He's a dangerous man, and the cult is far more dangerous than murders, cutthroats.
In like a kind of a comforting way, I kind of usher this person kind of out, and as if like they're heading home, as to say like, you go home, like it's okay.
Of course. Please be safe. I must get going. And they walk out of the bathhouse.
It.
That thing walks.
Well, Aster turns around with a much different kind of posture than he's had for the last couple of minutes. Well, I got the information we needed. I did it.
I mean,
good job.
Kevin's jaw's on the floor, but he's trying not to act like it.
I give him a fist pound.
I absolutely reciprocate.
Come on, fist me. Come on.
I grab the fist.
Come on.
Thank you. You honor me.
But yeah, Kevin, the massage room that you were just in appears to be, what?
I mean, Aster definitely wants to walk over there.
Yeah, and you do so. Upon entering the door of the northern massage room, it appears, just as easily as, just simply as the massage room you were in on the other side of the room. But after, just with the knowledge that this individual, masseuse, provided you, a few brief moments, and you press up against one of the far walls and find it to swing open on a hinge.
I'll say that as I find this, I start putting my clothes back on.
I was about to ask. Okay, great.
It's entirely naked.
I'm just gonna grab my quarterstaff and continue in the towel.
The first thing you notice. Oh, go ahead.
I was saying, I probably like pull out my bow or knock an arrow or something, just to be ready. But
the first thing you notice when this door swings loose on its hinges is this incredibly foul-smelling burst of air kind of envelop your senses.
I swear to God, that wasn't there earlier. None of this was here when I came in here earlier.
It's almost this stench of raw sewage, but you see that this swinging door leads to a descending staircase that is carved out of natural stone, and it plunges into total darkness, and the stench appears to be emanating from somewhere down.
Aster can use produce flame just to kind of give a little bit of light for those who don't have dark vision.
Yeah, you do so. I believe.
I think we all might have dark vision.
I have dark vision.
Does Bug have dark vision?
Bug does not. He will at some point, maybe, with various things. But as of right now, he does not have dark vision.
Gotcha.
Then yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to catch.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean,
You probably have
If it's a
torches as well.
cantrip, we would. You just from your packs. I'm pretty sure all your adventuring or dungeoneering or whatever pack you chose, most
Yeah.
of them do have some sort of light source.
Yeah, like a torch.
I
or
have
something.
torches, but I would prefer not to use them because I generally.
I will
use my
also
bow.
say, so that it is complete darkness. Those of you that have dark vision, you can see, but it is still dim light. Total darkness functions as dim light, and you still have disadvantage on checks that you make in dim light.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
we're still really going to want a flame of some sort.
Yeah, you can still function, but you're certainly better off than if you were in total darkness. But
Yeah. Cool.
I'll say Aster, instead of using produce flame, then we'll just pull out like a torch if that would be brighter.
yeah, so a torch, I believe it radiates. It's 20 feet of bright light and 20 feet of dim light.
Okay,
from,
cool.
Wherever you're holding it. So
Yeah, this produce flame sheds bright light for 10 feet and then additional 10 feet of dim light. So Aster pulls out a torch.
The oil catches on fire.
gotcha. And
The
actually,
lavender smoke envelops.
I just wanted to verify on the rulings. So actually, dim light doesn't impose any sort of disadvantage on attack rolls. That's just complete darkness does that. But dim light, you have disadvantage on any checks that involve sight, essentially.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Mainly like perception, things of that nature.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's like put the peg in the blue hole. You're like, fuck. Blue.
Yeah,
Got it.
exactly.
I still like the torch for the vibes, you know?
Yeah. And you light the torch, and if you want to proceed to journey down, you can.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Gotcha. Let's change up our music here.
Ooh.
Oh, I definitely like that better than the tavern music. Maybe it's just because we've been listening to that for the past ever, but
None of the tavern music was coming through for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was playing my own tavern music.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. No, yeah, yeah. I'm glad. So
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
I'm just gonna put up a little dungeon
Ah,
atmosphere for you guys. It doesn't look like that, but something to set the scene. There is a battle map that I'll put you guys on if we do, get into some conflict. But for now, I don't know. I generally find that, or I'm trying to go theater of the mind just for like navigating the dungeon, and then I'll actually
totally.
drop you guys down when things like distances and tokens come into play.
I'm imagining us walking through the set of As Above, So Below.
Yeah. That's a great thing to sit mentally picture yourself in there and allow me to paint a picture with words. So you walk down this staircase that's rough hewn and looks to be of natural limestone almost. You reach the bottom of the chamber to find that it is flooded. The water isn't particularly deep. It's about 2 feet in depth. So for most of you, comes up to probably halfway up your shin or to your knee. It is considered difficult terrain when you are in a flooded room. I'll let you know when you're in a flooded room. But
Okay, so here's a question.
Mhm.
I'm on the D&D 5e.wiki website, whatever, and the natural explorer like benefit of being a ranger says
Mhm.
you ignore difficult terrain.
Yeah, so you would ignore difficult terrain.
Okay. It also says your group can't become lost except by magical means. So I'm just putting that into everyone's consciousness right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, so if you ever need to retrace your steps in this area,
Okay.
Bug will help you do so.
I guess in theory I'm probably just flying above the water to avoid.
ah.
I like that flavor.
Yeah. Actually, you would be flying if the ceilings here weren't about, probably like 8 feet tall in some places. It is a kind of a natural cavern. You can kind of hover above the water if you so choose, but you're not going to be like soaring through the air.
Yeah. It's
yeah,
kind
it's
of what I
about
imagine.
yeah.
Just keeping himself out of
Hovering
the
at like a
sea.
walking speed.
He's a pretty
yeah.
small boy, so
Rooms are 10 feet high, and corridors are 8 feet high.
okay,
So just to denote some features.
cool.
But the room that you're currently in at the bottom of the staircase, it is flooded and full of this foul-smelling water. There's off to your right-hand side. There's an alcove that kind of digs into the wall a little bit, and it appears to lead somewhere, but eventually lead to a dead end. It's just kind of a deeper alcove. And then there is a passageway that appears to lead deeper into the dungeon.
Y'all want to check that side room, see if we can find any.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Yeet.
So the outcropping that you do go into, it is still filled with this, foul-smelling water. It appears to just be, a natural wall, nothing out of the ordinary at a first glance.
Can I make investigation check?
Yeah, you can make an investigation check.
Not a great roll, boys. Oh, that doesn't matter.
Also, I have the Dungeon of the Dead 3 pop-up thing up, but there's no picture. Is that supposed to be how it is?
Yeah, me either.
There's no picture?
I don't have a picture.
Okay.
Just like a green classic dungeon.
Maybe refresh? Yeah, I don't know. I'll link it in Discord if you guys want to pull it up there.
I'm refreshing real quick.
Same.
It's not a map
There we
or
go.
anything. It's just a thematic image.
Yep.
Yeah, I just like to have it up for stream.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now I don't hear the music though.
Oh,
Yeah,
weird.
that's weird. Me either. What the fuck?
Maybe I go to jukebox. There it is. I have it now. I clicked into the jukebox window.
Okay,
When you
gotcha.
did it, it worked for me.
There we go. All right, we're good to go. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so Bug, you don't find anything out of the ordinary. I would say generally, if you're looking, how I generally like to do investigation versus perception checks. If there's something specific that you're looking for, like say oh, I want to see if there's like this, or oh, I want to see if there's oh, I want to see if there's a secret door here. That would be like if you're specifically looking for something, I kind of roll that as an investigation check.
Then should I re-roll perception?
If you'd like, yeah. Mm-hmm. If you don't have anything specific you're looking for.
I guess it just seemed weird to me that there was like an offshoot that nothing. So I was just looking for anything that seemed weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
well,
you make a perception check.
Okay, I'm much better at that. I'm not great this time either.
But you actually do. You are perceptive enough to find or discern that the wall here is false, and you give it a slight push. Again, swings open freely. Kind of sloshes through more foul-smelling water. Beyond you is another room that is completely flooded. The bright light from your torch that's shining, shines light on a corpse that is floating face down in this foul water.
Can I spare the die?
You can try.
All right.
Spare the have been dead for days.
Yeah. Oh.
You place your hand on the back of this individual. And you take a moment to channel the power of Ilmater, and nothing.
Just an image of Ilmater just shrugging.
Yeah, you place your hand on his back. It is a male. There are numerous wounds covering this man's back. If you want to observe a little further, perhaps a check could, discern more. But
Yeah,
I just search him for valuables.
while he does that, I
Mhm,
want to kind of like inspect the wound.
Yeah, make a medicine check.
I pull up my Tylenol.
Yeah, so you can discern that the numerous wounds on this individual's back were caused by daggers. And from the age of the wound, from the bruising and bloating of the body, you get the sense that this individual has been dead for about 2 days. Bug rifling through the pockets of this individual, you find nothing of note. Been picked clean.
Interesting.
Okay. I'd like to say a prayer over this man. Kind of like, I don't know, is it like a place I can move the body that he's not just floating there? Like a ledge or something?
Looking around, the room is kind of completely submerged. There is, a further passageway that leads farther in. You can try to bring the body along with you, but currently, there's this. You're surrounded by this water.
Yeah, I'll pull him along as we make our way over there.
Yeah.
I'd like to sneak up that passageway and see if I can, hear anything that would suggest that there's other people, just other things that way that seem to be alive.
Okay.
But I don't want to like be
Yeah.
noisy about it. I want to just kind of.
Bug, you can make a stealth check for me.
Okay.
And you can make a perception check as well. And then we'll kind of move the whole party into the next room.
Jeez Louise.
We kind of move the whole party into the next room, and then you can kind of break off.
Bug absolutely slaying it.
As you guys all continue forward, Kevin, Astra, are you guys doing anything in particular?
Well, I don't know. Being a monk, do I have any kind of extra like understanding of other religions or like religious practices? Because I want to know if this guy was stabbed as part of a ritual.
You can make
Like, would that be like general knowledge, or would that be a religion?
Yeah, I would say make a religion check. Make a religion check, definitely.
It comes so rarely, you kind of have to.
Yeah, right. Also, hilariously, I'm shitty at religion for a monk.
Hey, join the Bad Rolls Club, or not? I guess.
Ooh.
With that roll,
Oh, this splashy ASMR, man.
Yeah, that is good. This track is particularly good. What you know of the Dead Three, you know that the god Baal, the god of murder, is one to encourage all sorts of savagery. This definitely looks like it could be the handiwork of maybe some of his cultists, but he is dressed in, albeit wet, dark robes. Just from your general knowledge of religion, it does look like he may have even been a member of the cult. Which doesn't quite line up. It doesn't look like he would be the type for a sacrifice, but it the savagery definitely lines up with what you would expect of followers of Baal.
Interesting. Can I take his robes?
Yeah, you can.
All right. I mean, I'm not wearing,
They're
not wearing any clothes right now, so.
yeah, they're very, very wet and riddled with holes on the back, but yeah.
Solid. I mean, I imagine even if I were wearing clothes, they'd probably be pretty wet by now.
True. Yeah, you're right.
But also, I'm only assuming that based on the splishy splashes of the music, which is not the way that I should be making my assumption.
No, yeah, no. You definitely you're again about knee deep in poop water at this point in time.
Gorham, seeing that the clothes have been taken off this dead body, just kind of puts his head in his hands. Oh, Ilmater, what have I gotten myself into?
Aster sees
As
this
you-
guy that's dead and kind of recognizes the filth of the environment, but doesn't really look put off by any of it, and just kind of sees it all as kind of like part of life. Death is just as beautiful as life, and so is shit.
Shitting's part of living, you know?
Shit is part of living.
Amen.
In
Amen,
fact, Aster
brother.
may contribute here pretty soon. Not quite yet, but he's crowning.
As you continue on through the dark, flooded passageway, you reach a dark chamber, and the bright light from your torches begins to illuminate the contents of the chamber. You see these 3 wooden beams that are bracing the ceiling. And the room itself features a stone altar that's covered in entrails. Hanging on the wall above the altar is a 3-foot-tall steel mask that's cast in the form of a frowning human skull. And you see that as the bright light shines on this mask, you see that scratched into the wall underneath the mask is a single phrase in common. It says, "Present your work to the Lord of Murder."
Oh
Ooh,
boy.
Gorham, toss your boy on the altar,
No way, man.
please.
Nah. This one's for Ilmater,
But
my home.
look, Ilmater is probably more concerned with ending the works of the god Baal. So I'm sure he would accept that this is merely an unfortunate casualty of his work against Baal.
Gorham takes a moment to think for a second, and he approaches the altar. He takes a bolt out of his little, I guess it's a quiver for bolts, and he
Out of his
slices
pocket.
his hand open, and he rubs his blood on the altar in lieu of sacrificing the dead body.
Gorham, you hear
I look at Aster and say, "This seems like a terrible decision."
you feel an incredibly dark presence loom over you, and you hear a whisper call out to you, and it says,
One more time?
Guys, I think he wants more.
only Gorham hears that, by the way.
Oh, okay.
How did
Give
how
him
did
the
he say it?
body.
What did it sound like?
It sounded like packaged a smoker for a couple of years, you know. Not great. Like,
More.
no,
Like that?
no.
More.
Huh.
Aster kind of looks down at the body. Basically, what you had done is like get blood from the body and put it on the mask, right?
Yeah, blood for himself and put it on the
from-
altar.
Yeah, I cut my
Lost his
hand.
Aster very, very kind of nonchalantly just kind of like picks up the body by the arms and drags it through the water like over towards the altar and just kind of like plops it up there and recognizes like it's not his work, so he kind of looks back at the party for just a second and like pricks it ever so slightly with the badge so that it counted like he got the last hit.
You slough this body up on the altar itself, and you go to prick it with your pin, and before you can do so, the altar ignites in flame,
Oh God! Oh,
That seems bad.
and the body begins to crisp and char and begins to melt away. And you feel a dark voice call out to you, Aster. Good. Good.
Saloon.
And you feel an incredibly foreign urge come over you. It's an urge to spill blood and murder.
I look back at
And
the
you
party with my
actually-
pin, ready to go.
You actually +2 bonus to your strength and dexterity.
Oh,
Scores, not modifiers.
got you.
But that lasts for 1 hour.
Let's do the strength and what?
+2 to dexterity.
Oh, thank God. Those are some shit scores for your boy.
For the next hour.
You
but
will
you
absolutely have to
do-
remind me.
Yeah, you feel. We'll kind of play it by ear. You feel this incredible thirst for blood. After it's almost as if there's another entity that's inside of you.
Out of character, is it like an uncontrollable thirst, or just like a generic like, I would like to spill some blood here shortly?
I would.
I'd like to.
I would say I would leave that up to Austin to role play. It's not.
Okay.
There's no like mechanical. It's not like taking control of you. But
You know, I'm feeling some blood today.
I'd say
I mean,
that
yeah.
when the body kind of lights on fire and I kind of turn back around, you kind of see, you see Aster's hand kind of like quivering by his quarterstaff, and you see kind of flame like the kind of flickering and in his hands a little bit, just like kind of like almost like nervously, but also kind of like trying to fight it a little bit. But definitely just like staring you guys down for a second, kind of awkwardly.
See, that seems perfectly normal at this point.
Yep.
Real quick, this is an out of character question. This is more revolves around like the idea of playing. What do we think the difference between wisdom and intelligence is? Because when Dylan said the altar and said show your worth or whatever, I as Bug said Gorham, throw your body up there, and I have good wisdom score but a bad intelligence score. So from here on out, I'm trying to sort out what we would consider a wise move versus an intelligent move, just so that I can try and
Yeah,
role
that's a pretty
play
good
Bug
question.
better.
I think.
I've always just said that intelligence deals with what you know, and wisdom deals with your decision making based on your intelligence.
Yeah, so I think I think what was a good. I don't know if you guys. I know some of you are Critical Role fans, but I know Grog was a character that had pretty low intelligence and pretty not high wisdom, but a decent wisdom score. And the way I know Travis role played it was like he had a general sense of right and wrong, but like could be easily like misled, and like his decisions, like I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like he could be easily deceived and led astray, but like generally always at the end of the day, like had a good sense of like, you know, what was right and wrong and like what the consequences of certain actions would be.
Okay.
So like would that be like I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like a wise move would be like I don't know. You probably wouldn't. I don't really know. It is up to. It's kind of like how morally you want to tackle it. Like wise versus intelligent. Like intelligent, like the concrete bonus that would give you might like benefit you in the long term, but it or might benefit you in the short term. But like wise in terms of like there might be further implications of what you did there. So I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah. I'm just trying to figure out like if Bug would have realized, oh, whatever. Again, this inscription it's already left my mind. If he would have realized, oh, that means God of Murder equals kill things equals there's a dead body here. Let's toss it up there. Or if that if that was an intelligence move or a wisdom move, just going forward. I guess what I'm asking is if you guys think that like I mean I'm gonna just out of character. I have a -1 to intelligence, so like if I say something and you're like, that seems like more intelligence than wisdom, let me know and I'll revise my statement.
Yeah.
Just because I wanna, I wanna be Bug and play him the best as I can.
I think
So
wisdom would be more of like your decision making in a way,
Yeah.
like your common sense,
Mhm.
but like
Yeah, like cause
Yeah.
effect type
okay,
situation.
Right.
so street versus book smarts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say
I think that's
so.
probably the easiest way to quantify that for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
but also
cool.
like with a low intelligence, somebody could give you fake book smarts and you'd use your street smarts to come to the wrong decision.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
So,
Mhm.
but it's all about what you know, and yeah, I think generally somebody with high wisdom could look at an altar to a murder god and say that's probably a bad decision.
Yeah.
That's probably a no.
Oh,
Well,
You
no,
wouldn't
no,
you,
no.
you wouldn't know why, and you wouldn't know the implications of like the
well,
implications that surround the use of the altar, but you probably didn't know it's probably not used for good purposes.
because the conclusion I came to was, hey, toss this dead body up there seems like the way to go. And to me, that feels like wisdom minus intelligence, because intelligence might say, well, this might not be a good idea, but wisdom, well, God of murder, we have a murdered person here. That adds up. So okay, cool. I just wanted to talk that out for a second, so we were
Yeah.
kind of all on the same page.
Yeah.
But cool. Back to the story, I guess.
Oh yeah, you're good. It's good to talk about. I mean, it'll help us all going forward. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, wisdom intelligence is one of those things. Anyway, I digress. Um, so
Yeah,
yeah.
people frequently get strength and charisma confused.
Those are very similar.
um, so if you would like to continue on, there's kind of a singular path that it hasn't really branched off. There's the way you came into this altar room, and there's a way that leads further. If you'd want to, I assume you'd like to choose the way going forward, but heading through the room further, there is a couple feet down the hallway, um, a moldy tapestry that is hanging on the wall. Um, it depicts a grisly scene of four faceless figures ripping apart a fifth figure who appears to be screaming. And it's, probably a 5 foot wide, 8 foot tall tapestry. Kind of takes up most of the alcove, but it is draped there, covering the wall.
It's wild how well the Weaver captured the agony in this one.
Would a religion check make sense here, or would it be more perception?
I would say. Yeah. What are you trying to find out? That's a better
I'm just
question.
trying to see like if I can decipher like what exactly like this is, what
I'd
this
say that's an
means.
intelligence check.
Okay. Boom.
I would say the scene that is depicted is, again, it depicts savagery in line with the type of what you would expect for worshippers, particularly of Baal. And again, the Dead Three is this coalition of three gods: Baal, Bane, and Merkel.
Every time.
Yeah, every time. Um, um, this tapestry looks particularly like the work and followers of Baal, who's particularly wanting to commit acts of savagery and murder and brutalizing.
So the last room that we were in was Ball. This one is also looking to be like Ball.
So this isn't necessarily a room, but this is kind of a tapestry on the way out of that room.
Oh,
leading
okay.
Further into the
Gotcha. So am I holding us up here by looking at this?
No, not
I
necessarily.
mean, I was admiring the detail.
Yeah, you do see here that this is kind of where the water ends, and there are some stairs that lead up further into the dungeon onto more dry ground here.
Gotcha. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
You reach a room with the it's a large empty chamber that has 3 doors. There's a door to just in cardinal. You're entering this room from the west. There is a room. There's a door. There's 3 doors, each in every other direction. There's a door to your east, north, and south. And with the religion checks that have been made, I'll just go ahead and give it to you here. Each one of these doors depicts a member of the Dead Three. The east door, the one that lies directly in front of you, bears a carving of Bane, the god of tyranny, who is depicted on the door as a tall, armored man who is wearing a bucket helm. He has his right gauntlet, which is painted black, and in the gauntlet he is clutching a set of shackles. The north door, which is to your left, it would be, bears a carving of Baal, the god of murder. He's depicted as a powerfully built, skull-headed man with long, curved blades in place of his hands. And then the door to your right bears a carving of Merkel, the Lord of Bones, who is depicted as a cloaked figure.
It's great.
Whose face is hidden under a black cowl, and in his skeletal hands he clutches a screaming human skull.
Nah.
Nah, boy.
Nah, I'm
Sorry,
good
I'm
on
that.
Is there a carving
As long as we can go.
we walk through?
That you did not walk through a door. It is kind of an open hallway that leads
Yeah.
into this section.
Oh, cool. So there's like 3 areas in front of us, and the area we came in doesn't have a carving above it.
Correct.
Gotcha. Now that one across the way, I feel like we saw him in the bar earlier.
Huh?
The big armor with the bucket on the head.
Did we see a bucket-headed boy?
You may have.
I would kind of like to just kind of put my ear up against each door and see if I can hear anything.
Okay, make a perception check.
You're hoping for a good roll. Hey.
pretty good roll.
Yeah. To the north door, or I guess the door to your left, the door in front of you, you don't hear anything out of the ordinary. The door to your right, the southern door, the one with the carving of Merkel, you hear some shuffling footsteps and whispers.
Do we hear anything on the last door?
There's only 3 doors.
Sorry, so you said the first 2 doors, nothing?
The
and
first
then
2 doors, nothing. Yeah, the southern door, the one with Merkel, is you hear, shuffling footsteps, whispers.
What's on the third door? I was not here for that.
So
It's
each one,
Val,
yeah,
Merkel, and
Bane.
Bane.
That was the door in front of you. The god of tyranny. He's armored, wearing a bucket helm, and is clutching
Good
a set
guy.
of shackles in his
Good.
right gauntlet, which is painted black.
But we hear stuff behind the Merkel door.
Yes.
Okay, I guess I let the party know that. I let them know.
Okay.
I will interject here. It is midnight.